Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening. We are your hosts, and my name is Jake.
And I'm Dalton. Welcome to Talks and Crocs
Podcast.
Come on. What do we got for today?
Well, first off, we need to talk to each other. It's been
Yeah,
a minute.
it has.
I say we could do the camera with both of us in it. Why not?
I'll leave it
We're
up.
talking.
I'll leave it up.
So, man, how was your week?
It was good. It's been good. I'm going to try to be better. If you see me looking at my screen a lot, it's because I'm trying to be better at switching cameras. But my week's been good. We had an awesome youth group this week. I really loved it. Not the number of kids I wanted to see, but hey, gospel's still being preached. Kids are being saved. I'm okay with it.
I know we'll take any amount we can get.
Oh, amen. Numbers don't define depth at all. But I preached on being in this world, not of it. And it was completely a sermon for me. But, gosh, man, it was powerful, I felt. Some of the kids felt really well about it. Talked to them afterwards. They enjoyed it. Small groups went fantastic. Had some I got to lead the high school boys, and I don't get to actually sit in a group normally because I'm always bouncing. But I got to sit in on some high school boys, and dude, I miss those guys. Those are my boys. I led that group. I led that group for 3 years, and then became the youth pastor and had to run around. But no, it's just good to talk to them, hear where they're at, I know where they were, and know where they're at now, and so it's just good to hear like an update, pretty much.
Why don't you explain what this in this world and not of it means? There might be some people a little confused on that. I think I get the gist of it, but
notes.
Oh yeah, I feel like there's probably some nuggets in there that somebody needs to hear.
There is. Oh, you know what? I wonder if No, okay, perfect. So, if you guys don't know, Jake is actually blind.
Oh yeah,
but
basically getting there.
I had to really zoom in my camera or my screen, so I have to get to that.
Yeah, we got a TV up on the wall here in his office. He had to zoom it in to where I'm like one of those old guys off the Pixar movies, like, hey, I can't see what's going on out there.
No, it's all good. All right, so we stalled enough that I got to where my notes are, but it kind of based itself around John 15:19 and John 16:33. But John 15:19 is this is NLT, by the way. I'm a youth pastor. I preach at NLT. I read NLT.
Hey, for those that don't know, what's NLT stand for?
New Living Translation.
Boom.
Not New International Version?
The NIT?
NIV? What's NIV? A New International.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Version.
Yeah. NIT. We're not technical people right now.
I literally have it sitting next to me. What is this? New International Version. I do have an NIV Bible as well. And an NIV study Bible.
I've got the easy-to-read version.
Oh, bro, we know, Jake. But back on task, John 15:19, the world would love you as one of its own if you belong to it. But you are no longer part of the world. I choose you to come out of this world, so it hates you. Deep. The world hates you if you are a Christian.
It's true.
It
Hop on TikTok.
Yeah.
Straight up. Everywhere. There's hate for all these Christians.
Yeah.
There's actors and actresses that have popped on there, and they almost just disappear after that. I haven't seen much from Shia LaBeouf since he did those interviews.
Right? Well, and that's the weird part is they get just railed for, like, if you proclaim you're a Christian, everything you did before is going to get dug up.
Oh, yeah.
Every little thing. Like, my past. Like, I still run into situations where my past becomes an issue sometimes.
Yeah.
And, like, if many of you know me, and you'll find out throughout the times we do this podcast, like, I was not a good person 7, 6, 8 years ago. Like, I was not living for the Lord. But, I mean, like, if you take all that aside and study on what I've been doing, where I'm going, you could tell that I'm not the same person. I'm not who I was 8 years ago. You should never be who you were last year. Always be progressing. Always trying to do better. Always read your Bible. Read it. I'll encourage you to do this because I'm doing it. Read it in the season you're in. Read it through the lens of where you're at. Let me switch camera. Read it through the lens you're at in that season. Don't read it just to read it. It's not going to help you. Study and think about, like, okay, I'm walking through a tough season right now. I'm walking through absolute crap. Okay, go read your Bible and look at it through the lens of I'm living crap right now. I need to steal hope. Okay, well, there's a lot of stuff of hope and joy in the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
I'm walking through a divorce. No, there's some stuff in the Bible about that. Go read about it. Well, I'm walking through, I'm struggling with porn addiction. All right, go look in the Bible. Go read what it says. If you need a place to start in the Gospels. Everybody starts there. It helps you out.
Jesus talks about adultery all the time. And, of course, porn addiction would fall into that.
Yeah.
And he is much more strict than the Old Testament, I think, when it comes to adultery.
Yeah.
It's like one of his big things. Forgot what I was going to say, sir.
Oh, I have another Bible verse. John 16:33. I have told you all this so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth you will have many trials and sorrows, but take heart because I have overcome the world. When I got to the I have overcome the world, I was like jumping and shouting.
Oh, yeah.
Because like that's, to me, like if you're sitting in your chair and you read that, like you better get up. Like you better, I'm obviously didn't because if I do, this mic's going to go across this room. So, but like that for me, like that verse, man, like I don't know why I needed it this week, but I did. Like there wasn't like a specific thing on my mind of why I needed to hear that verse, but I'm glad I read it. Like I'm so glad I studied it because like, man, there's not a new world. There's not a new issue in the world. We have seen all the issues we'll ever see in our entire life. Nothing changes. Divorce, adultery, masturbation, porn falls in that category.
Yeah.
Like there's so many, like everything that is happening. There is nothing new at all. Like killing people, Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
There is so much stuff going on in the world that like people are like, oh, this is the most horrendous thing ever. I'm like, y'all should have been on a crusade back then. If you read some of those were gruesome.
Oh yeah,
gruesome. I should get something out of my hand that I can't like hit the table with. Gruesome. Like there's some ugly parts of the Bible.
Yeah, like when you go to the Israelites destroying 30 plus kingdoms.
Yeah,
just annihilating them. Destroying. I remember reading that. I was just like, "This is worse than Game of Thrones."
You think it's not like the Bible's all pristine and pretty and cute? Samson killed people with the jawbone of an ox, or was it an ox? No, what
donkey.
Was it? Donkey.
Depending on which version you say, it might be ass.
True, it does.
we
can say that word now.
Yep.
No, I'm kidding. But like, you get beat up by a jawbone.
Oh man!
Just let alone to die by a jawbone.
Wasn't it like 3,000 or something?
Slain.
They said, or 6,000. There's a big number. Big number.
Like that's a jawbone.
And they ran from him after that. This guy's nuts.
Like if you think the Bible's pretty, you better wake up.
Just imagine this giant dude, huge muscles, hair waving, big beard. Probably this time I imagine a big burly guy.
What if he wasn't?
Just a skinny dude.
Just like Bruce Lee sized.
Or like from The New Guy, that old movie. Have you ever seen that? It's like they send the little nerdy white kid to prison to toughen him up.
Yeah.
So like picture that guy, long hair, just going out annihilating people. That's the power of God. He could do that.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of is that Will Ferrell movie and Kevin Hart, where Will Ferrell's going to jail. Oh, click something.
Three of us.
Will Ferrell's going to jail. And sorry guys, but he goes to jail. Well, he's going to jail, and Kevin Hart has to like toughen him up before he goes. That's what I think of.
I haven't seen that one.
It's hilarious. Not safe to watch. That is
not safe to watch.
NSFW. Not safe for work. No, I'm kidding. But yeah. So my premise of like, hey, you're in culture right now.
Yeah.
You gotta figure out how to inhale culture, exhale biblical principles. Sorry, I had an energy drink, and so my voice is kind of crackly. But you have to figure out how to, and I gave him steps too. as well. I'm not going to give my full sermon because we don't have the time. But
Hey, we said this is organic. It can go as long as it
bro,
wants.
I'm in for it. But
as long as the battery on the iPad stays.
Exactly. But no, like you have to inhale where you're at in the world, and then exhale what you receive from God in life. And so it's super good. I ended up reading through Psalms 100. Let me just pull that up.
Break out the Bible.
Psalms 100. It's not going to be identical to. Oh, went too far.
I need to stop saving stuff on my phone I want to bring up
I
on the
know.
pod because I've got
I
stuff
know,
on
I'm
there
the
that I
worst.
can bring up right now. But I'm using it as a camera.
My NLT Bible's on its way. It's just not here yet, so I got to do this with the NIV. So it should be kind of very similar. All right, Psalms 101. It's super short. It's David. I will sing of your love and justice to you, Lord. This is how to walk through struggles in life, I guess. This was kind of my verse to kind of look at and cling on to. I will sing praises. I will be careful to lead a blameless life. When will you come to me? I'll conduct the affairs of my house with a blameless heart. In NLT, it's like I will live with integrity in my own home. That's why I read the NLT because I would have missed that. But like I will live with integrity inside of my home. And kind of like relating it back to like who you are alone is who you are.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Tim Ross, for giving me that revelation, by the way. If you listen to this podcast, which I doubt you will. But
hey, it might happen someday.
Hey, I don't know.
You never know.
But like that's insane to me. Who I am in my own home and what I'm doing alone, that's who I am.
Yeah.
And so like, okay, well, who am I? Well, am I just a guy gosh darn it. Am I just a guy that am I just a guy that watches YouTube? I watch YouTube a lot. I watch so many YouTube's almost on in our home 90% of the time if we're home. And if not, it's The Office. So am I just an Office watcher? It's like, what am I inhaling? I have a Bible sitting next to my couch.
It's like, what are you feeding your soul?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, and so, So it goes on. Sorry. It goes on. I will not look with approval on anything that is vile. So I'm not going to look at vile things. In the NLT, it's vile and vulgar things.
Ooh.
And so like, ooh,
it
that
down a
checked
little
my
more.
Instagram like reels
Yeah.
because like I love funny things. I really do. But man, some of them, I gotta watch out.
Dude,
where it's
I
going.
stopped watching the reels because it's straight up thoughts. Like
Oh, dude,
everywhere,
yeah,
just
well,
thoughts.
Man, and like Chloe can attest. My wife, Chloe. We were laying in bed and like I was just scrolling through and like she was laying next to me and it was like funny thing after like pizza, how to make this or how to barbecue this, and then like a dude farting because I like funny things, and then like a child breaking its ankle. There's so many things I watch. Then the next one was like a teenage girl just shaking her butt. I'm like, get off here. Like, what the heck? Like, and so like I just rolled over. I'm like, Chloe, like, look, like, obviously wasn't my doing. I'm not searching at this. Like, hey, you're my wife. You have accountability in my life. Yeah. Like, I did not look this up, but it's on my phone.
And honestly, that video pops back to what you said earlier. That girl or that type of female or guy is living in the world right now.
Yeah.
They're living for other people's approval and not seeking God. And I hope that they come to our podcast or a podcast similar. And because it's not good. That's going to come back to you in life. It's employers will go through and look that up. You try to go to college, they'll look that up.
Oh yeah.
It's there forever. Once you put it on the internet, it's there. You try to take it down, it's there.
Just know the second if you ever apply to try to be in my youth group, or like not to be in my youth group, I take that back. To be a leader in my youth group, I'm searching up your history. I'm doing a quick Facebook scrub. What? Oh, you son of a gun! My camera
was kind of funny.
That is a weird angle, but like
hey,
I'm
doing you on here.
I'm doing a quick Facebook scrub. Like I know that Jake looks like his son when he was a baby.
Oh yeah.
It is actually like it is hilarious because if you put them side by side, you guys look identical.
Did Holly show you the picture?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then I had to
Yeah.
go look up for myself. I'm like, you're lying to me. That's just Ronan.
Well, a lot of the kids in the youth group over there, they're like, "Oh, that's a cute picture of Ronan." Oh, there's Ronan. Like, no, that
Right?
ain't Ronan.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah. But you guys get the gist of like what that Bible verse was. I would really encourage you to go read Psalms 101. It is for men, not even just for men, for women as well, but like for men alone, like that verse is how you should live.
Because honestly, it's like kind of our nature. We look for that more vulgar,
Yeah.
and violent and just bad stuff. I don't know why. It's kind of like our mentality. We like kind of those things.
Yeah.
Come on, Prime.
Prime,
Sponsor us.
is
See
my
if your
camera
camera
still acting up?
works.
Nope, still acting up. But I'll hold it.
It's not as glitchy as it was last time, but still a little glitchy.
Prime.
But I want to go back. You know how you said we should be different every year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I know from personal experience that when I started here, I am a different person.
Yeah.
I've changed majorly to where I know people that I went to school with would not recognize me. Talking to me, they'll see me, they recognize, oh, you got a beard, oh, cool, whatever. But they would not recognize my personality if I just sat there talking to them, writing to them, whatever.
I have a funny story about that.
Oh, bring it on.
Okay, let me switch because my camera's still bugging out, so we're just gonna do this.
We can see him here.
I'm trying, but so I pastor in the city that I grew up. So, like, my story, like, I was a rotten kid. I was awful. Oh, I was what made teachers drink. I am.
Ooh.
Like,
Oh my.
I turned teachers into alcoholics. I know it. And I apologize and I pray for you every day. Just so you guys know. I feel awful. I like, literally, whenever I go into a school, I make sure if there's a teacher, like, buying popcorn, I'm like, can I buy that? Can I buy that for you, please? Like, trying to get my brownie points back up in heaven. Because
we should get them on the podcast. Like, hey, so
we
what
shouldn't.
Dalton do? What's the tea here?
We shouldn't. I yawned and now I'm crying. But I have to go to sports games now. Well, I don't have to. I love going. I go to sports games now. Like, we went to one of my students' volleyball game. Me and my wife and some coworkers, and we get there and there's 3 teachers that I had in classes sitting behind me, and they're like, ugh. Dalton, why are you here? And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, immediately, that's the first thing I said. I was like, I'm so sorry. And then we got to talking, and actually one of them is related to the kid that I was watching. And so I was like, yeah, no, I'm actually Annabelle's youth pastor. And she's like, good joke. And I was like, wait, no, for real. Like, I can attest. And then so Annabelle's mom is another pastor here. And so she looked back, she's like, no, like, he is a pastor. And if, like, in my journey, hope was, like, number 1, bring me back to God, for sure. Like, she helped me walk through some crud, and I needed that. But, like, she took that personal, and she's like, no, he's a pastor. Like, he is a full-time, real deal Holyfield. And I was like, oh. Like, that was the first time I ever felt like, yeah, I really am. Okay. Yeah. But, like, I go into Northwest now. And, like, I hear it, and I see the teachers, like, looking at me and be like, yeah, that's the same Dalton. It's not the same. Fleshly.
Yeah.
But, like, that's Dalton. He's preaching now. He's bringing kids to Christ. He's like, changing the world. Not subtracting or adding. And it's like, whoa. That's weird. Like, my tutor, excuse me, I have Prime. But my tutor throughout high school is still a teacher in that district. And so she got brought up, like, it got brought up in a meeting. And so she's like, hey, like, I heard. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, even though I'm not there, I'm still there. Like, even though I'm not in that realm anymore, I'm still making waves. And so it's weird, but it's so cool. Sorry,
Dude, that's
completely
fine.
Sidetracked.
That's
but
fine.
What else we got? What else you got? I heard you had a couple questions though.
You know, I had more, but I totally forgot. Oh, by the way,
yes.
I don't know if we explained the whole Tox and Crocs name.
Oh, bro, you want to know why? Let me just.
Oh yeah, I'll take mine off too. We'll show them both
Get
on
to
the
it.
camera. So we are talking, obviously. We're going to have many different kinds of talks, but we
I'm
wear
wearing Crocs.
Crocs on this podcast.
Because you cannot be comfortable. You got to be uncomfortable when you're in this office. This is in the most comfortable, uncomfortable things to wear in public are a pair of Crocs.
But I love them.
Oh,
Like, oh, hey, I got to run outside real quick. Boom, grab the Crocs.
come on. Oh, I need to go to the store. Grab my Crocs. Oh, I got this fancy wedding I'm going to go to. Shiny white Crocs.
I spilled something on the floor in the kitchen.
Crocs.
Putting on the Crocs. It's just how it is. So we are Toxin Crocs. That's our name.
That is what we
We're
are.
talking conversations.
So if you ever come on this podcast and you don't got Crocs, guess what? I got Crocs under my desk right now. You're going to slap them on and be happy about it.
No disinfectant.
None. Zero.
That-
And there are used. No, I'm kidding.
That or let me know and I'll maybe just go buy you a pair.
Yeah, we got some disinfectant. I'm a youth pastor at heart still, so we'll switch cameras. I got Clorox wipes at my desk. I got some grubby kids.
Yeah, you got to watch out for them.
And a can of corn. So if you haven't ever seen Longest Yard, can of corn, coach. Put me back in.
My mind just went to the whole shouldn't eat that popcorn. So
sidetrack. What else you got?
you're sidetracking or we just sidetracked?
No, I just sidetracked.
Okay, hey, that's fine. Did you have any frustrations this week that you could talk about on here?
Frustration.
Because
You know what?
people need to know that even though we're on a Christian podcast,
Yeah.
we still go through crap.
Oh, dude.
It's just how it is. It's life. We're talking
Yeah.
about life on this.
Oh, man. Okay, so this is going to be very vulnerable. It's still fresh, but I have worked through it with some accountability and myself in the Bible. But, I was struggling with the fact of, 3 months ago, we had 40 kids, 45, 47 kids here in youth group. This last week, we had, 25 kids. And that, for some reason, just sparked, it was a stab, a quick little, and I don't know why, because I'm still okay with having. I literally have said this in public. If I have 5 kids in a youth group, guess what? Those 5 kids are gonna get fed.
Oh my!
And so that's my philosophy for everything. So if there's 100 kids in group, y'all getting fed.
Little Caesars, here I come.
No, and I'm not even speaking physically.
Ah, okay.
Y'all are getting fed biblically.
Wonder if I'm hungry.
And that's the whole thing is I challenge the aspect of passages of quit feeding your kids pizza and games and teach them something.
Feed that soul.
Teach them about the world. And I get it. It's tough. It ain't easy doing what we do. I know it. But these kids have to know. They are going to battle every single week at school. They got to know. You got to feed them. But yeah, that struck deep for some reason. The whole there wasn't many kids here. And so the next day I was kind of down in the morning. But I texted some of the kids that weren't there, that normally are there, and I was like, "Yo, where you at?" I'm like, "Sorry, I got grounded." I'm like, "Okay, that's valid." Or
Grounded from church?
Well, I have some kids, okay? But when they get grounded, it's either parole or their officers you got to stay home.
Oh, yeah, you got to listen to that.
Yeah. And so I got some kids, all right? But no, it's either grounded, some had sports. It's districts week for wrestling. I have 2 female wrestlers. One's my niece, and praise God, I hope and I'm praying that they're going to state this upcoming February or after February. What's that?
March.
So in March they're going. I'm stating it now. I'm putting it in the world. They're going to state. That's fine with me. I'll pay the ticket where they're going. But sports. They just had life, and I'm like, man, how selfish am I that I was so worried about the number? I still focused on the aspect of preaching while I was there. I put all that aside, but man, who am I to get mad at that?
Yeah. So what was your lesson? Oh, the lesson learned from your frustration.
Ugh.
How about that? I didn't have that written down. It just
No,
popped in my
it's
head.
fine. It was Jesus calling me a dummy.
Oh.
No, it was the full aspect of like, why was I so focused on a number instead of feeding those kids? Like, quit it. Get back to your roots and start teaching these kids. Like, put that BS aside. Get over yourself. Die to your flesh. Pin it on a cross, and get walking.
You know, and honestly, with you reaching out to those kids too, that could have been something that they needed. You know,
Yeah.
hey, somebody else does care about me
Yeah.
and is worried about me, making sure that I am okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a reason for everything. Like, you could have needed a lesson, but then these kids could have needed to hear
100%.
and know that somebody out there is looking out for them and wanting
100%.
to be part of their lives. Because I see that in the children's over here. There's some kids who are just like, hey, you know, they gravitate towards you, and it's like, I don't know, there's got to be something they're missing
Yeah.
in their life that they need
Yeah.
an adult figure. I don't know. I want to say parental figure, but they need that adultness in their life, if
Yeah,
that makes any
that's a
kind of
thing.
sense.
That's the thing.
Oh, man. So that was kind of my 3 questions.
Okay.
My 3 interview questions, because we're
All
going
right.
to try to like interview each other at the beginning of every podcast.
I'm in. You know what we didn't start with?
What's that?
Our happy and our crappy.
I want to do that after the interview.
Okay,
questions.
okay. My turn. Let me
All right.
interview you, sir.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to put the camera on you, though. So,
How you doing?
how was your week?
It was a week, at work. My weeks fly. I'm so busy at work all the time, working on so many different machines. But I'd
look
say
at
it was a
your hands.
decent week. Huh?
Look at those hands. Those are beat up.
Yeah, they're
Them bad
I don't
boys
know if
beat
you can
up.
tell, but they're full of grease. I washed them. I don't know how many times. Just like de-lead wash, which gets like
Yeah.
lead and metals and other contaminants out. But
Yeah, you
just
walked
did
in.
not work.
You walked in, and I was like, man, you worked on some weight.
oh yeah, my back hurts. Right
You
now.
worked on some weight because I could just smell the oil. I was like, oh, I haven't smelled that in a while.
Well, I had a big like 5 horsepower 3-phase motor
Yeah.
tore apart because there's a plate inside there that holds the bearing and the shaft to the housing because you don't want that moving. And when one of the other guys took that off of a gearbox, found the screws just chilling down in the bottom. So I had to tear that motor apart and fix that, re-thread some things inside the motor and get it back together so we could get that motor working again. Because I don't think we had one at work, a spare. And that's never good. But got Shawnee and my dog scared me last night, or this morning, I should say, when she got home from work. She gets home, walks by the door to say, like, good morning. It's about time for me to wake up, honestly.
Shut up.
Yeah, she's dedicated. She's
Yeah,
a very
she is.
dedicated person, and that's one thing I admire and dislike at the same time. Because it's like, I want you to come
Especially
home. I
when
want to
she's
spend
cutting
time.
a deer up.
Yeah, it's like I want to be selfish, and I want to enjoy my wife's time and company. But no, the dog comes running in and jumps straight on me,
Ugh.
and I come flying up like, get rid
The
of
whole
it.
Rocky.
Like, it's time for a fight. Well, I'm going to Arnold there. But I meant to go Sylvester Stallone, but I went Arnold. Sometimes you don't control the voices that come out of my mouth. All in all, I had a pretty decent week. I mean, there's the frustrations with machinery at work, and that's just kind of the norm now. I had a big learning experience with editing audio on this with DaVinci Resolve. And I'm glad I have a different mic now because I think it's a lot better than the one we were using.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
David will tell us.
Yes, you guys,
Please do.
turn your volume up. I'm going to. Don't worry,
Spotify.
Dave. Yeah, Spotify and YouTube, it came out really quiet on. Podbean wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten anything back from Apple yet to say if we're on there, but we are on Spotify, Amazon, Podbean, YouTube.
Yeah.
So I've been working on that, get us on all our social medias. I do have a TikTok set up for us
Come
now.
on, the tiki-taki.
Yep, and then that one podcast that I told you about, the Help My Unbelief podcast.
Oh, yeah.
They followed us on TikTok.
Nuh-uh.
I'm hoping at some point we could do kind of a video chat with them.
I wonder if... Let's just go to him.
They're in Oklahoma.
I don't care.
I mean, I'd be
We'll
willing to
go
travel.
pig
It's like 9-10 hour drive. It's
We
not
go
that
pig
bad.
hunt.
By the way, here in Nebraska, 9-hour drive, that's not bad.
No.
We're used to driving long distances. We got a huge state.
We're
to
not
be
like
honest.
Texas, though.
No.
Texas, for them, like an hour away is like next door.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah, from Grand Island where we are now to Kearney, that's like what 40 minutes.
Yeah,
and that's nothing.
I'm spending it. No, listen, I'm different. Hang on. I'm gonna change
switch
the
to your
camera.
mic.
So
Switch to your mic.
They
I'm a
can
camera.
see
Sorry.
me. Listen, I'm built different. I can't do my camera because it's still blocking out. But I am built different. If it's 30 minutes away, I'm spending the whole day there. You better have plans from 9 a.m. till I leave at 9 p.m. Because I hate going like a far distance for a short thing.
Yeah, I
so
get
like
it.
when like me and Chloe really need to take a vacation, but like the only time that I can really get is Thursday to Sunday, and I'm like, no, like I want a week.
And then here I am. Hey Dalton, Friday we're gonna do a podcast.
Yo, no, listen, this is life giving. This is not life taking, but like I want like a week worth of vacation, and she's like, no.
That would
Like,
be awesome.
We got 3 days. You better figure it out. I'm like, I'm gonna figure it out on my Xbox. I'm gonna stay home. But sorry, side trail. Go ahead.
What was I talking about?
You were talking about possibly if they want to do this, going to Oklahoma and talking to them.
Oh yeah, you guys on Help My Unbelief. If you want,
Come on.
if you want to like collaborate at some point, shoot me an email. It's toxincrocs@gmail.com. Pretty simple.
I will. Yes.
It's our logo when it goes to both of us. Tox, the letter N, Crocs.
Yes.
It does not mean and. It means
I think I have
N.
that banner up here. Let me just pull that up real quick.
Eventually. But yeah, if you guys want to do something, I love listening to their podcast. They
Right
interview
there.
all sorts of people. I think this week's podcast, they actually interviewed someone who's like a witch.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was different, but she's not a witch. Sorry, she was a.
Is it the
Or
Wicked?
she was a witch, but she was also like paganistic.
Oh, okay.
And she said she believed in Jesus, but she also would like pray to Odin and Thor and Greek gods. It was different. It was different. I need to stop playing with the pen.
Yeah. How did you say you don't have a pen over there? But I see 3 on the desk.
I don't know. Well, this is the pencil.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm over here.
And there's a whole cup of them right behind that soundboard too.
Yeah.
And you still ask me
oh,
for
hey,
a pen.
look, there's a pen over there. There's multiple pens. But no, it was a very interesting one. It was much better feeling emotionally wise. Listen to that one versus one where they interviewed the theistic Satanist.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy. I don't know. It's like he was choosing to go to hell, basically.
Whoa.
Like he was fine with it. He's like, if that's where I end up, that's where I end up, and it was heavy.
Yeah.
It was like, dude, everything inside me was crying out. I want to know where this guy is. I want to talk to him. I want to bring him back because, like, at one point he was a believer in Christ and worshiped God and all that, but he chose to go to Satan. But here's the thing: God can't force you to worship Him. That's part of free will, and I feel like we could do a whole podcast on free will.
It'll get dangerous quick.
And I'm sorry if I started yelling into my mic.
No, I turned myself up. I was
okay.
Felt like I was whispering.
Whisper, baby.
Please don't. We're not ASMR.
I hate ASMR, by the way, because
The same.
like my ADHD, the little sounds
Oh,
that are constant, like you're like little clicking in the distance, or
you're
someone
doing it
sitting
right
there.
now, and I want to throw my
I know
headphones.
someone sitting there just smacking while they eat different. Oh, no, I hate that. I absolutely hate that.
Yeah.
But no, I love that podcast. Honestly,
It is great.
have you had a chance to listen to that one?
I have not. I haven't fully.
I'd recommend
fully
it.
listened to it. I will.
It's good.
And that's the tough part. Is like I'm busy, but like I listen to a lot of things. Like
Oh yeah.
if you ever get the chance to come to my office during the week, there's normally like YouTube playing on one of my screens while I'm working on the other, and then like some videos playing on my TV. And normally, cause it's cold here in Nebraska right now, and so normally I pretend that it's really warm in my office because I have a corner office. So it's like I have 2 exterior walls, or 3 exterior walls. No, 2.
Two.
Sheesh. 2 exterior walls, and so
Let's make a third one.
It gets cold in here, and so I'll put a fireplace on my TV. It's all about mentality, and I just like setting a mood.
Baby, lock that door and turn the lights down low.
Speaking of lights, this is weird having these lights on because I almost never turn them on. They're almost always. I am efficient in this office. If you only pay attention to lights.
I wish we could turn the camera up and look at the ceiling. And one of these lights,
one day we will.
There is a crazy picture like of Nicolas Cage's face. Just saw.
I got pranked. All right.
It's funny. The first time I saw it, I was like, what in the world is that?
Yeah, I got caged. That's okay, but the person that did that, they're getting pranked this year. So I cannot tell you what it is because they watch. But I'll tell Jake off camera, and then after it happens, I'll explain what all happened. It's awesome. All right, next question for you.
All right, let's do this.
What did I ask about your week? What else did I ask about?
I think we were still on my week.
Oh, dang.
I was just rambling on.
What questions did you ask me this week? I forgot already.
Question. I asked you to steal my questions. Actually, I had one more question that I did not bring up.
Okay. Do you want me to answer it, or do you want to answer it?
You could ask your next question first.
Okay.
The other one, because I had three. I asked three, but I had three written down, and I didn't get to my third one.
Okay.
The other one I had was what frustrations, or if I had any frustrations this past week.
Oh, you did. You asked me that. That's what I talked about.
I'm saying that's the one I asked you.
Yeah.
You asked me what other questions I asked.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Oh, yeah. So, Jake, what frustrations do you have this week?
Okay. Honestly, I had a fairly good week. I could think of a frustration. It was kind of a personal thing between my wife and I, and where sometimes I don't realize the tone of my voice and how I'm coming across. And the more I've read on like ADHD stuff, that's one of the things that comes with it. And I think from being, Mom, sorry if you ever see this, but I'm going to bring this up. If from being like yelled at and other siblings told me I was lying all the time and all that stuff from as a kid, it's been kind of hard as an adult to come out and portray my emotions efficiently, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's something that we need to change in society, by the way. We need to stop telling boys, don't feel these things. Like my son, he'll start crying at in my opinion, sometimes the smallest of things, and I'm working on it with that. Like, hey, bud, getting your pants wet, that's not something to cry about.
Yeah.
But there are things that are okay to cry about. Yeah. I always make sure to reiterate that. It is okay to cry. That's just not something to cry about.
No.
But that's not what happened to me a lot. It was always, I'm pretty sure you got it too, toughen up.
Oh, dude,
toughen up.
Youngest of four.
Yes,
boys. 4 boys. I got pummeled.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
But, no, it was like us trying to get our emotions across. And I know she had some childhood things that she grew up with.
Yeah.
But we're working on it as a couple. And I know that's probably our biggest frustrations this week, both her and I. But we worked through that. I think came to an understanding with each other. And we both realized that, hey, we're going to create kind of like a safe word.
Yeah.
So when we notice each other doing something like that, we just yell out like, hey, turtles. I think that's what I came up with. It was turtles, Why not? I like turtle. I like turtles.
I like turtles.
I like turtles.
I
love that video.
Meme.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, I think that was my main frustration. Of course, I always have frustrations at work with just machines that are being stupid. Or engineers making stupid decisions and stupid designs. Engineers, get better if you're listening to this. If you have a question, like, hey, I wonder if this is going to work, go ask the mechanic or the technician that's actually going to work on the darn thing.
Yeah.
How about that? Yo, how about that? And we'd be like, yo, catch me outside. How about that?
That's what I felt like every time I had to work on something that was dumb. Yo, engineers, catch me outside. I'm going to beat you with this pole you put over this filter.
Oh, man. Yeah, there's only been a few good things.
Now.
You what?
I won't beat people. I'm a Christian now.
Hey, Jesus whipped people inside the church.
All right.
Flip tables. It is acceptable sometimes. We are to be like Jesus, and sometimes he whipped people.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Love
get
it.
that cat tails or nine tails, whatever the heck they
cat
called
of
it.
nine tails?
Yeah. Yep. Oh, that would hurt. That would hurt so bad. Okay. So, I'm going to get to my third question that I forgot to ask because I asked the third one.
All right, yeah,
but
you
I
asked
meant
me.
This is the third one I meant.
Okay.
This is going to be a big one.
Uh-oh.
Be ready for it.
I'm not.
What brought you to this church?
Oh, well, now you got to get my
By the way, this is Abundant Life Christian Center.
Yes.
In Grand Island, Nebraska.
Well,
on YouTube, it's still not YouTube. Facebook still says Christian Center.
It better.
Or
not.
Google does. Google does. So if you Google it, that's what it's going to say. But we're just Abundant Life.
Yeah.
I was way too close to my mic. Sorry about that.
That's all right. I just realized. No. So, oh man. Well, let's get into my testimony, I guess. No. So I was at my rock bottom. Completely. I was living on my truck in Lincoln. just about an hour and a half away from here, and I lost everything. I lost my home, my apartment at the time. I'm lucky that my mom was still paying for my truck because I'm glad I had transportation. But I had just enough money to get home. I got home. It was around Christmas time, so it was cold. I got home. Stayed with my parents, so it looked natural. And then just never went back. And they're like, hey, bud, what you doing? I'm like, well, I'm just staying. I'm hanging out. Just living the dream. Like, it's week 3.
Yeah.
You leave anything rotten in your fridge because it's gone now. And then it's finally, like, you can only run from the truth for so long. It will come out. And so finally had to have the honest conversation with my mom of like, hey, no, I got evicted. My mom and my stepdad. But he's just my dad. So my mom and my dad. I got evicted. I don't know. I don't know where to go. And so they graciously allowed me to stay with them. Thank the Lord, because I would have been homeless. But literally the same day that I came back, my youth pastor, I'm calling him my youth pastor because he did a lot for me. But Corey Schneckloff, when you listen to this, you're welcome. But Corey Schneckloff texted me and said, hey, I need a drummer. And you can do it in the short amount of time that I have to give you to practice these songs. So get here. And I was like, okay. So I showed up. I got the text an hour before youth group and showed up, started playing. Immediately after the last song was over, I went home. I didn't stay for youth group, nothing. I'm going to burp here pretty soon. Right after youth group, went home. Did that for about 4 weeks. And then finally Corey smartened up. And so he did a worship song afterwards. Sorry, I don't know why I'm burping so much. But did a song afterwards. And so I had to sit through a sermon. And so for like the next month, he preached on the prodigal son. And I know for a fact he was targeting me.
Oh.
But he'll never admit it because he wasn't. He wasn't. Man, he wasn't. But I know that the Spirit was like working on me and just breaking me down. And so finally, like, I fell in love with the youth group. I fell in love with providing worship for them so much that I picked up the guitar again and started learning how to play guitar, singing. It was funny how I became an intern because about a month after playing for Corey, he took me to lunch because I didn't have a job at this time still, so he had to pay for lunch and take me to lunch and pick me up. Poor man. But yeah, took me to lunch, and during that time, he didn't give me an option. He just said, hey, you're going to be my intern.
Oh.
And I was like, all right, I could do that. That's fine with me. That's not too bad. That's not too hard. I don't have a job. It's easy. Guess what? Not too easy.
Yeah, so you thought it was easy.
Yeah, he beat me down, but in a good way. It was funny because so I went to Argentina for seminary school, and before they went, like, we had this fun conversation of like, with the senior pastor at the time, of like he had this thought process of like, hey, I want to beat you down now before they do. Like, let's get every ounce of not wanting to be in ministry out now. Because when I'm 1,300 miles away, like, it's going to change. I can't speak their language. I can't communicate. I certainly know some words. I know how to talk about going to the bathroom and throw things away. But, like, I couldn't communicate there. And so that's what drew me to this church, was Corey bringing me out of my shell and then me just absolutely refinding my first love here. Yeah. And then finding my second love here.
I think sometime in the podcast you need to go give a whole like in-depth experience of Argentina.
Okay.
Because there were foods you were telling me about when we were on the way out to hunting. I'm like, okay, I need to make a trip there just for that. So you told me about their croissants.
Their croissants are like, I didn't know that was like, it's not a delicacy there. Like, that's French, but, well, French, I guess, pastries. But like, every coffee shop has their own version of it. And so it can be giant. It can be really small, compact, and very delightful. But like every single one I had was so good. And they have such an Italian influence on them, or a Spanish influence on them.
Oh.
What happened? Oh,
No, I was
But,
like doing it. And you're
yeah.
like Spain. I'm like, oh.
yeah, Italian. It's funny because it's just Italian speaking Spanish there. It's so cool. I have a bunch of friends there. I love you all, and I really hope I can get to come see you guys again soon. But there's some families that really took care of me there. Oh man, they looked out for me. But yeah, the food, man, fresh noodles, all the time. The asado, just having asado, like that's just barbecue in America,
Yeah.
but done way different. Like, yeah,
Probably better,
oh
honestly.
yeah. Like, just do not eat blood sausage. You can if you like it. Oh, I have dreams and nightmares of blood sausage.
I saw pictures of that. I'm like, no, not for me.
It just looks like a black hot dog.
I don't mind a burnt hot dog, but not a blood hot dog.
No. But yeah, so back at you.
Oh, back
What
at
about
me.
you?
brought me to
What
this
brought
church?
you to this church?
You know, over the years, we've driven by this place many times, and it's always like, hey, they're doing some fun stuff outside. I've always just kind of wondered about this place. Shawnee came here a couple times with her friend. I'm not going to say her name right now, but they came here with a friend. So she kind of had a little experience with this church.
Does it rhyme with shmushmela?
No,
Shmushmela?
no,
No?
not
Okay.
not our coworker.
Not a
friend.
coworker? Okay.
This would be like a friend from high school.
Okay.
They came here, then they kind of went and did their like own little church thing once, which I have a story with that because we went with them to that once, but I'll bring that up at a different time. So for this church, drove by it many times, kind of wondered about it, curious. And honestly, I felt kind of a pull. I don't know what it is, just felt a pull, which I'm gonna go. That was the Holy Spirit, you know.
Oh.
They pull you in, or He pulls you in. But there was a pull to it, and for the longest time, because we've lived here a long time now, and I've been frequenting through here ever since I was courting my wife. I believe all men should still court their females, because it's just a different experience. But back on it, I'm trying not to sidebar. I do it a lot. Sorry, guys.
Good luck.
Can almost not hear you. You're too far away when you talk.
Good luck.
Oh yeah. So I went through a lot of trials, and there was a point where I was probably like, I'll admit, I was mad at God for some things that were going on. And then I was going and reading into other things, but like, you know, I still believed in God, obviously. I had a lot of questions and just mad at him. But then Ronan one day starts asking us questions about God and Jesus and church. And I'm like, you know, it's getting to a point where I can't answer these anymore.
Attaboy, bro.
I know. Hey, the Holy Spirit working through my son. And so started asking around at work here, like, hey, what's good churches and stuff. And one guy who grew up Catholic, and I think he still goes every now and again to the Catholic church. Like, you know what? I think you would like Abundant Life. I feel like that's your kind of church. Because I was always talking about basic training. My favorite church was the non-denominational church, where they'd have like a mini rock concert, their worship first, and everyone would be up and down. And this is back when I was a soldier at basic training. And yeah, he's like, you know, he said he had some good friends that went there, still good friends with them. They loved it. So like, you know what? You should go try it out. So I did. I had a 3-strike you out rule. First one here was a little different. Like, this is definitely a different experience than I've ever had. But I think that I kept coming back, and well, now here I am.
Come on.
It's been over a year now,
Ooh.
I believe.
Oh yeah, I've been here for like 7. I forgot to mention that.
So yeah, it's kind of what brought me here, and I have just stayed because I don't feel judged here. I met a lot of great people. You're instantly friends with most people here.
100%.
The pastors are all great. You know, this guy over here, he's awesome.
I'm blushing.
Pastor Hope is awesome. Holly's
Amen.
awesome.
Amen.
Everybody's awesome.
Literally, and it's so funny. All right, I'm gonna go back to. I'm on camera duty, but man, I've never worked with a staff of this caliber.
Yeah.
Talent, heart of worship, and then heart of the gospel. Like, man, it is crazy. Like,
Oh.
I've experienced a lot of churches. Luckily, I'm blessed with some friends that are in different churches. Like I have friends in Life Church right now. I have friends in a mega church out in Michigan. I have some friends down in Texas that are in some Baptist churches. And man, it is wild. Like we are truly, truly, truly gifted here.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me.
And I'll say honestly, I was burnt out on churches.
Yeah.
Because I've been to Methodist, Catholic, Lutheran, other ones that said non-denominational or just Christian church. And you see so much hypocrisy in so many other churches.
Yep.
I mean, I think that's why you go to like Revelations where Jesus wrote the 7 letters and only 1 out of 7 he was okay with. Only 1 out of 7 was doing the right thing. But it's honestly, this is the only church that I've been okay with in my 31 years of existence.
Well, welcome home, man.
Yeah, hey, I'm glad I found a home finally here. Because like I struggled with it. I believed there were multiple times growing up where I was told that maybe I should pastor or whatnot, but I never fell head over heels into this.
Until you do, by the way.
You what?
I can't wait till you do, by the way.
Well, no, I as soon as I stepped into these doors, it was different.
Oh yeah.
And I've been delving into the Bible, researching all the time. My TikTok is nothing but Christian talk now.
It isn't a good week until you sent me at least 3 hey, I found this. Yo, you should go read this. Or like, hey, I'm here. Go open your Bible right now. Like I absolutely love it.
See, that's why I think you're really busy a lot though, because you don't respond.
I don't respond,
but
so
I
look at him.
Is he annoyed by me?
No. And half the battle is like if my laptop's open, I have it to automatically read.
Oh.
And so it'll automatically pull up and read the message. And so it gets real weird because I'll have the audio on sometimes and it'll just start reading the message.
Yeah.
And so, but like, yeah, I love the aspect of like, I wish there were more people in my life that did that. Like they're like, hey, you go read this right now. I think you need it. Or like, hey, like I'm here. Yo, there's some mad stuff going on. You need to go like pick it up right now. And like, it honestly, it pushes me as a pastor, nonetheless as normal human, to like, man, yeah, okay, I'm there. It's a thick book. It is a big book to get through all the time. Hop around.
66 books.
Yep. Hop around.
Oh yeah.
Like
jump around.
Exactly. But like hop around and like read different things. Like it is so unique on if I'm preparing for a sermon. Like I'll find one thing and like be stuck on it. And then I'll walk into Pastor Nate's office and he'll be like, hey, here's 4 more versions of that thing exactly.
Yeah.
Here you go. And I'm like, you son of a gun. Now I have to think more.
And that's one thing I did like about this church and people here. I haven't seen nitpicking of the Bible yet. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you only choose the good things, this or that.
We get our emails, but it's not.
I mean, when you talk to people, though, and they'll say, yeah, that happened. Yeah. That's in the Bible. They're not going to, like, back around it and go a different direction. Like, the one thing I love to bring up to make people feel awkward is after, was it Sodom and Gomorrah, where the guy, his 2 daughters, I think it's Sodom, with you could the burning. Turning everyone to ash.
Oh, okay.
Right? Where the guy made it out with his 2 daughters.
Yep.
And then they got him drunk and slept with him and created 2 other lineages.
Yeah.
That's in the Bible.
Yep.
I didn't know that until I started reading it on my own one day when I worked in Columbus.
And that's how Alabama was made. I'm kidding.
Sorry.
I'm kidding.
Sweet home Alabama.
I'm kidding.
But it's like there's so much stuff in the Bible and there's so much stuff not talked about, and that's an issue I had with all these other churches. We're only gonna talk about the good stuff. It's like bring up the bad.
We're never gonna bring up tithing.
Yeah,
we're never gonna bring up worship. Listen, if your church does not bring up hard topics, run.
Yeah,
run from that church because it ain't gonna stretch you.
Bring up the hard topics, the awkward topics,
the weird ones.
Yeah, there's so much stuff to learn from the Bible, and the Bible is full of weird things.
Amen.
And sometimes full of vulgar things like
every time
Ezekiel,
that I get a chance to. Yep. If anybody asks, like, "Hey, I need a verse for this," I'm like, Ezekiel 23:20. I'm not gonna say what it is, You go look it up.
It's not for kids.
Is it 20, 23, 23, 20?
Or is it 22?
No, it's 23-20.
23-20.
Sure. Let me look it up.
Or like where King David was dancing after bringing the Ark of the Covenant back and just basically a towel.
Yeah.
And his woman telling him, hey, you're being indecent. And he's like, I've got nothing to be ashamed of, flopping around out there.
Yep. Okay, yeah, no, it's 23-20. Ezekiel 23-20.
Look it up. If you're an adult, if you're a kid,
ask your parent.
Yeah, ask your parent. It's adult. Okay, so
sidebar.
Yeah.
Should we go on a happy crappy?
Yeah, let's do our happy crappy. What made you happy this week, Dalton?
Oh, is my camera acting up still? Yep. Okay, I'm gonna stay here. Oh, what made me happy this week? It shouldn't be this hard. There's
Sometimes
a lot.
it is.
Like there's so many, but like I'm looking for like that one.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
We had youth group. We had a clean, healthy youth group this week, and that just felt good. Like it felt good to be back, and like, man, we had this weird period of like Christmas holiday, Christmas break, then like Halloween, Christmas, and like there's another holiday mixed, New Year's.
Yeah.
And like you feel obligated to like do those holidays with everybody, and then like enjoy them with the kids. But like, man, I missed preaching with the kids. I miss preaching to the kids. Like I miss like that almost like gives me a little bit more spark to like want to like figure out their life more. And so yeah, that was a good happy. I really enjoyed that. A crappy of the week.
Oh.
I
think you kind of talked about it earlier, didn't you?
Oh, about that's a low point. I wouldn't say that's the crappiest thing that happened to me this week though. That's just a low point. But hey, like that TikTok you sent me, there's still flowers in the valley, son. There is still. Did you send me that? You sent me that on Facebook.
I think I did. Yeah, Facebook. I tagged you.
You tagged me and your wife.
And you didn't even like it.
Yes, I did.
Are you sure? I thought there was. I'm
gonna pull up proof.
Or was it Holly that didn't like it? But
I'm
gonna
pull up proof.
That guy, he can
that
preach.
Was good. That was so good.
It's like God spoke the earth into existence. Boom, pow, there it is. Spoke the mountains, boom, there it is.
Let me see here.
People, he got his hands dirty. He put his hands in the mud. Oh man, everything he spoke, I was just like, pow,
It's
like,
he got you, son. Here,
he was good. That was at some
If I
conference.
didn't like it, I'm gonna feel so ashamed.
He's on my Facebook page right now.
You got a few of them up.
Oh, dude, I'm posting all the time.
Oh, I should probably turn this down though.
Especially sharing anything from our church.
I didn't like it.
I told you. I told you. No, yeah, I liked it, Jake. No, you didn't.
I'm sorry.
I pay attention.
Man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Back to that, I'm busy. But no
excuses.
I know. There's flowers in the valley. So even at my low point, there's still flowers in the valley. I got to text a few kids that really need to be texted. There's my flowers. I felt good about it.
Yeah.
But no, the crap. I have a little fender piece coming off in my car, and so it freaked me out, and I thought I was, my bearings were going out.
Oh, yeah.
What are those called? Wheel bearings.
Yeah.
Were going out. I was so nervous. I was like, no. Not this car.
On the hemorrhoid?
Not the hemorrhoid.
Hey.
For you guys at home, I have a $1,000 beater car that I drive everywhere because it is my pride and joy, because that's how I sold my beautiful 2008 Chevy pickup to get my wife her ring. Not just that, but also
priorities.
But also to get out of debt, because I was in debt because I was a dumb kid. I had priorities, man. And I bought that $1,000 car, and I was like, this is just going to be a season. And it's been a season for a while. I'm in a long season. But, like, we bought my wife a very nice car, a beautiful Ford Edge. She loves it. But, like, when I'm on the weekend, that's what we drive. I don't ever take my car out, except for when I have to go to work.
Dude, same here. We take Shawnee's car everywhere when it's both of us.
But, yeah. So,
she's got the nicer car, yeah.
Exactly. We need to treat ourselves. Why is our wife driving around in luxury?
I've asked that same question about clothing. It's like, or clothing or other things. Like, well, we buy Ronan the newer stuff, right? But then I've got the same pants that I've had for 8-9 years.
Yep.
And I'm still wearing them.
Well, and like I take that to an even different, more extreme. I'm very minimalistic.
Yeah.
Like if I find something that fits and fits well, I won't buy 2 of them. I'll buy one and wear the heck out of it.
Oh yeah.
Like this hoodie, you'll probably see me in it a ton. I have a shirt, like I have like 5 shirts that I really enjoy. That's all I wear. I have like 2 pairs of pants. I love them, and that's it. Like 1 black pair and 1 brown and blue pair. That's it. I love it. That's me, I guess. Sorry, side rail. What is your happy or crappy, Jake?
I'd say my happy crappies. I finally got out of my funk with the real estate aspect because we were trying to purchase that one triplex, and it's like everything's going great, but then we ended up having. I feel like we got kind of taken and spent quite a bit of money on inspections and all this other stuff.
Yeah, and
we lost. I hate saying this. We lost like 3.5, 5 G's on that. Just for it to come out because there wasn't anything like it that sold within the past 3 months in the area. It's extremely undervalued, and because of that came through, the deal fell through. And I just I don't know. I kind of went into like a little bit of a depression over that, I think, and I just wasn't into it much. And then finally this past Wednesday, like, okay, that's when every other week there's a real estate call with Make Real Estate Real. And it's like, okay, we're going to just try to hop back on it. Holly knows about it, so she had it scheduled into her schedule that we weren't going to be there until afterwards. And we went, and I think it finally pulled me out.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy about that. So we can keep moving forward.
Yeah.
So the crappy. Oh.
Give it to me.
I've become more optimistic since becoming here. It's like I don't have a lot of crappies or things that are crappy. It's like I don't really feel like those are crappy. But I don't know. My back hurts.
Dude, did I tell you about what happened?
Yeah, you sneezed.
Me sneezing? I'm getting old, bruh.
Dude, I'll sneeze and pop my back.
I think I threw out my back. I was playing video games too. It was the worst. Like I was on with a bunch of buddies, and we were playing Call of Duty, and I sneezed and like I shouted. That's how bad it hurt.
Oh.
I was like, ah, because it felt like someone like stabbed me in the spine. Ugh. Sorry. So
I think my camera's wigging out now too. Look at that.
I
wonder if I'm on Wi-Fi. I can't remember.
I don't know.
The iPad's still doing good.
What the heck?
We tried to hook up a GoPro,
guys.
but my GoPro is 1 generation too old to work as a webcam. So I need to invest eventually, and hopefully we can get a couple of them for the podcast and actually get better video going.
I'm really hoping for that. And I'm even thinking, like, I don't know. If you have suggestions,
I'd love to hear it.
please text us.
Send it to our email.
We're Neanderthals when it comes to technology sometimes.
Ooga booga.
We make fire. That's what we're really good at. We're really good at making fire.
We make fire.
But, yeah, man. Well, awesome. Should we get to our
topics
here?
1 at least?
Yes.
So that's topic 2. Oh, yeah. Who is Christianity for?
Woo-hoo.
I feel like that's a big one. It's for everybody, honestly.
It is.
That's the cheap answer.
It is.
But it is.
That's the Sunday answer.
Yeah, that's the Sunday. It's for everyone. And I'd like to. I have in our notes.
Yeah.
That I wanted to bring up Acts chapter 10.
Okay, let me find it.
There's a big deal in there. The Jews and the Gentiles. It was like basically in the law that the Jews couldn't hang out with Gentiles, talk with them, preach them, whatnot. And Acts chapter 10 was huge because it proved that Jesus died for everybody.
Preach it, Pastor.
Because what happened was this Gentile got told. You want me to just read it? It's huge.
No, I just want you to see if you need to dive into it. It's right there, bro.
Okay. I'll probably do the one verse that I love, but
yeah.
Cornelius was told to go and find, was it Peter?
Yeah.
Told to go find him, and he had a lot of people that came with him. He was Gentile.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually in this chapter, it's like people are saying to Peter, why are you preaching to them? They're Gentiles. And Peter realized that Jesus and God are for everyone.
Yeah.
That Jesus died for everyone, not just Jewish people.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what vision he had that made him realize that. Let's get here. I'll start off on verse 9 of Acts chapter 10.
Okay.
I like the feel of this Bible, by the way.
It's nice, isn't
nice
it?
and flexible, yeah.
Barnes & Noble.
Okay. It says, about noon the following day, as they were on their journey and approaching the city, Peter went up on the roof to pray. He became hungry and wanted something to eat, and while the meal was being prepared, he fell into a trance. He saw heaven opened and something like a large sheet being let down to earth by its four corners. It contained all kinds of four-footed animals, as well as reptiles and birds. Then a voice told him, "Get up, Peter, kill and eat." "Surely not, Lord," Peter replied. "I have never eaten anything impure or unclean." The voice spoke to him a second time. "Do not call anything impure that God has made clean." This happened 3 times, and immediately the sheet was taken back into heaven. Whew. Jesus, his death was a sacrifice. All the sins of the world.
Everything.
That's why God turned away.
Back to he overcame the world. He overcame the world.
Jesus made everything clean.
Everything.
And that's one of my big arguments on some of the laws, the old covenant, where people are like, oh no, we're still under these old laws. Right here.
Yeah.
Do not call anything impure that God has made clean.
Right.
And that's the vision that while he was talking to these Gentiles and preaching them, he realized that Jesus died for everybody, all the sins of the world, everybody's past, present, future.
Come on.
Were put upon him. And it was so much was put upon him that God could not look at Jesus while he was on the cross until everything was finished.
Right.
I couldn't imagine that. You're looking at your son. I could be like me not being able to look at Ronan for something that John Doe, a county over, did.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine that hurt, that pain. I just.
What about even if you knew it was coming? You knew that was the destined, like where that was supposed to be going. I'll take it back. But like, you knew what was going to happen. Like, say
I would be so hurt up to that point. Even it's like,
bro, I couldn't.
It's like I know there's going to be a point where I'm not going to be able to look at you.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this.
What you have to struggle through.
Yeah, I was thinking about this morning. As almost brought tears to my eyes. I couldn't imagine.
Wow.
Being able to not look at my son, not be able to talk to him or rescue him.
No.
I couldn't imagine that.
The 40 days and 40 nights when Satan was tempting him?
Yeah.
You watched that?
I've read it.
No. God watched that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. He let his son go through those trials.
Yeah.
He had to. God knew it had to happen.
Yep.
Because it's like, that's part of the reason, they say Jesus was free of sin. Those trials had to happen.
Yep.
You have to prove yourself. Yep. And that goes back to us as humans. We have to prove ourselves too.
Yeah. It for some reason, it brought up that verse, like the 99.
Oh, where he left the 99.
Leave the 99, chase the one. And that is foundational.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna take it out of script. I'm gonna take it out of context.
Do it.
It is what I just talked about. If you don't want to be in this world and you want to be of it, that's fine. But this world's gonna consume you.
Yeah.
But if you're in it and you don't want to be, work on your kingdom values. Because when you chase that 99 will leave on their own. When they're like, oh, he don't sound like me anymore. Oh, he doesn't look like us anymore.
Yeah.
She doesn't look like us. Oh, they don't drink anymore? I don't want to hang out with them. I had to leave so many friendships behind because I knew they weren't getting me to heaven.
Yeah, I have too, and it hurts.
It sucks because I see them. I still live in the town that I grew up in.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is? I go to the grocery store and I see the people that I've left and like, yeah, I love you guys. I love them to death. But man, I cannot hang out with you.
Yeah.
I just can't. You're still drinking in a garage. I got more.
Yeah.
I'm called to more. I got to keep walking. And so I'm sorry. Tangent. But that's tough.
Yeah, go back on that. Christianity's for everyone. Right there, Jesus died for you.
Yep.
He died for everybody.
Yep.
It sounds cheesy. You hear that from everybody that Jesus died for you. Just imagine all the murder, drugs, hitting people, like violence. All that was put on him. Everything was put on him for you.
Yeah.
He died so we have a route to heaven
Scarlet sins paved with a crimson cross.
Oh. Oh. Man, that made me forget something. I was a little blown away there.
Sorry.
But, gosh, it's like, okay, if you want examples of this is for everybody.
Yeah.
Look at who his disciples were. Look at who he chose as his disciples.
The worst of the worst.
Yeah, and then you get to Paul,
Yeah.
who was Saul and murdered Christians.
Yeah.
Just for being Christian.
Yep. And is now preaching at them.
Yeah. Is now preaching the gospel. Could you imagine being the disciples, be like, this guy that you were scared of just shows up.
Yep.
Hey guys, I'm here too.
Hey y'all.
It's just freaky.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? That one meme. Yeah, that's what it's like though.
It's you look into the
That
the
was me
past.
walking back to Northwest.
Yeah. Yeah. You're a different person.
I'm completely different. I'm not Dalton.
Totally accepted and
I'm
loved
Paul
by
now.
God.
I'm Paul now. Sorry, there's something in my eye.
Just don't think of yourself as Saul.
No.
You're not that.
No, not anymore.
But no, he used a prostitute, murderers, all around bad people, and
Woman at the well?
yeah.
She went out and preached to the masses.
Let me tell you about the man that told me about my life.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
To the masses.
If you ever get a chance, watch the Chosen series.
Oh.
I still don't think you've done that yet, have you?
I've started.
You
Not,
started?
Oh, I haven't gone all the way. There's
Wait
so
until you get to...
much.
Dude, every episode I about cry. Or I do cry.
Don't tell me that.
I ain't gonna lie. I cry
I'm
about
more
every
emotional
episode.
than you. That's the worst part.
So
I'm
you think
gonna
you're
cry.
more emotional. I just hide it.
Shush.
Which I'm working on that. I've gotten way more emotional physically. But yeah. So
I
Christianity
cry at
is for
Disney,
everyone.
Right?
You can what?
I cry at Disney movies, all right?
Dude, I do too.
But, speaking of Disney,
Oh.
Black Panther just came out.
Yeah, I
On
saw
Disney
that
Plus.
on there.
I watched it twice already.
That's good, isn't it?
I have an issue.
Did you watch the credits?
Yeah, the end credit with the sun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, speaking about crying. My name is T'Challa, son of King T'Challa.
Dude, I was in the theater like...
I gotta find my cursor here. But yeah.
But, so what do you have to say about that, Dalton? I know I was
About
kind
who
of going
Christian
on.
is. No. That's perfect. That you spoke exactly what I was gonna say.
Wunderbar.
Christianity isn't for one group of people. Christianity isn't what people think it is.
No.
It's
And
a relationship.
And you could fall away.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
you get brought
Sorry,
right
that's
back.
not Christianity is what it is. I'm thinking of church.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's
But-
in our next question.
You could fall away from Christianity and be
can.
brought right back. Didn't
Yep.
that happen to Mary? She started prostituting again.
Yep.
The demons got a hold of her
Yep.
again, and Jesus pulled her right back.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I don't care. I still love you.
Oh.
My arms are open wide.
I just
Gonna
got
go
chills.
into some worship songs here.
I just got chills. Literally chills. Like, I don't care what you did. You're still my son. You're still my daughter.
Yeah. Exactly
As
how it
someone
is.
that didn't like grow up with a dad, hearing that like for the first few times, I struggled with that.
Yeah.
That was tough. Or singing like "Good Father."
That one
Or
made me
Abba.
cry in church.
Good, dude. I couldn't sing it.
So you're a good father.
You're a good father.
It's like
I haven't had a good one,
I never did.
and so I'm praying to somebody that I never met, but he's still a good father. Look around me. Yeah, he's amazing. Look what I have. Look who I am. Look what I've learned. Yeah, he is a good dad.
And I remember the time that I cried to that one in church.
Yeah.
It was, I finally realized that I had a father.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
Wouldn't
not going
wake
to say I
up.
didn't realize. I didn't accept it.
Yep.
And it finally hit me the one day. It's like, I have had
Yeah.
a father this entire time.
Yep.
I didn't need no physical dad. He was always there. I was getting the lessons. I was being taught. I was given.
Yep.
He was always there. And it was at that moment I started crying. And Sean looked at me like, you okay? It's like,
I'm gonna be.
yeah, I'm getting
Let me
better.
Get this out.
I'm getting better.
Dude, that's my favorite thing. My wife will like look over and like during a worship I'm crying or something got me. And normally, a little secret, it's normally my kids up front crying, like singing, like my high school or middle school kids. If they get up there and they're putting their heart out, I'm bawling like a baby because I've been doing that. In my prayer room, oh, you best believe I'm praying for my kids by name.
Yeah.
By name. And so when I'm tearing up now, when I see my kids up front and like, I know the sins they walk through. I know this world. I know it ain't easy. But when I get to see them go up front and like drop it, guess what? I'm bawling my eyes out because they're finally understanding and receiving what I did. They're finally understanding and receiving what he did for me too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the peace that comes with that. The joy, the peace, the hope, the every bit of the gospel that's sitting right there on their knees crying.
I've seen some of them get down on their knees, lay down overwhelmed.
Yeah. And I see normally when it happens, it always gets me. Always. I'll take kids to conferences, and like I know that they're gonna go break up. Like I know they're gonna have that breakup in their life, and like I still, if I even know it's coming, I am choked up every single time. It just makes me so grateful for like what I do. But yeah, sorry,
I want to step back a little bit.
Yes,
I fixed your knife, right?
Thank you.
Well, this is what I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
I don't know if my camera's working or not. Let's see if it will. So maybe we can get something better. At least I could show kind of here.
Yeah.
So on this knife, there's this belt clip right here along my finger.
I tear that bitty up.
It was bent clear out.
Yeah.
And through putting it in a vise and fire, using a butane torch on it,
yeah,
I was able to straighten it back out, and it held.
Trial by fire.
You will sometimes, when you get out of whack and bent and on a different path,
the
wrong path, you will get put through fire.
Oh.
You will be clamped down on with forces you don't even know about or
Can't
can even
comprehend.
imagine. But it's there to straighten you back out.
Yeah.
And once you're on that other side, you're looking as new again.
But when you're in it, it's hard to see that other side.
Oh yeah.
I'll share that. It's hard when you're in that fire, knowing that there's hope. Like still clinging on to like there is another side.
Yeah.
But this fire is hot. It hurts. Yeah.
And there was doubt that I was ever going to get that straight again.
Yeah.
And get it back where it was. But through that fire, through that pressure, I got it back, and it almost looks like it was. It's brand new.
In that, I'm going to say this, in that waiting period, that's where you're going to find God the most. Thank you. I get my knife back, by the way. But in that waiting period, that's when you're going to find every answer you need.
Yeah.
It's not at the end.
No.
Because if it was at the end, you just rush to it. So it doesn't make it easy. But during the fire, during the waiting period, that lull of like, okay, I'm in an issue. I'm in a season. That's when you're in the battleground and learning. That's not I'm pissed off because I'm in the wait. I'm pissed off because I'm in a new season. No. Wake up. Learn. Open your eyes. Yeah. If you want to get to the other side faster, break down a little bit. What's he working on? Pray about it.
Break the chains.
Yeah. Like, quit acting so tough and prideful. You can't be prideful when you're on your knees praying. You try to be. Try to be sometime. You won't. Try to wear a pair of Crocs while you're praying. You won't be stuck up. I want to see a pastor preaching Crocs. I might.
Think we get Pastor Frank to do it?
No, but I will.
No?
No, he hates Crocs.
What?
Yeah, he hates them.
Oh, he's going to love it when we get him on the pod.
Oh, come on. I'm going to put him. I must tape
Frank.
him to his feet.
Yo, Frank. Sorry,
he's here.
go on.
I don't know where he's at, actually. He's probably still at home. Well, at his apartment. But, yeah.
What am I hearing?
Somebody's vibrating. Is it me or you? Hang on 1 second, folks.
Hold on, y'all. It stopped. It might have been yours. So this is a point where we will edit this out of the video. Mama. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me.
So,
I wanted to bring something up. We're still on topic 2,
Yeah.
I believe. Right?
Yes.
No, or is it still topic 1?
Topic 1, technically.
Oh,
No.
wow. Oh, who's
No.
Christianity for? That's where we are.
Yeah.
But I wanted to bring up, there's people like, okay, so what about all these super smart genius people in the world?
Yeah.
I wish I was able to look it up on my phone
seat at
and
the
play
table.
it. But Albert Einstein grew up with the Bible and the Talmud. He's Jewish, right?
Yep.
He said, you read the New Testament, it not only just reading through it, it's like Jesus is still speaking through the New Testament. He was basically saying it's impossible to him to deny it.
Yeah.
Einstein believed in God, and Yahweh. And I'm pretty sure if he would have been preached to more by Christians or a good Christian preacher or a good Christian friend, he probably would have come over to the Christian side.
Yeah.
He knew there was a God. And then you go into molecules or whatnot. They have what's called the God molecule.
Yeah.
That they figured out where it doesn't make sense to any physicist or whatnot, but it's part of everything. And then you look at DNA and it's structured like it was designed. You can keep going in all this. And like on the Help My Own Belief podcast, one of I want to say his name's Larry. I don't know why the name is evading right now. That might be right. But he brings up every time, what is 0 divided by 0?
0.
Well, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Right? What's 0 times 0? Nothing. 0 plus 0 is nothing. 0 minus 0 is nothing. So basically, you can't get nothing from nothing. It is created. That's one of his favorite things to bring up. Okay. What are you looking up over there, sir? Are you responding to somebody?
You know how you said in the beginning of the podcast, I don't know how you're blowing up? I blew up.
I'm
sorry.
That was your phone going off.
Yep.
All right, so...
But keep going. I'm in. I'm still listening.
You might have to scroll that over so I can read this one. So I have on here as topic 2
Whoa, that's quick.
Gotta start somewhere, maybe start in John chapter 1.
Here. How about this? I'm going to throw you this.
Just hand me the Bible.
Hand you a little Bible.
I know you've been big into John, right? Obviously.
Yes.
So the very first few verses here take it clear back to Genesis even, because God spoke everything into existence, right? So John chapter 1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He, meaning Jesus, was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. So you go back, that's in Genesis. So God created things with the Word. Besides humans, he put his hands in the mud for us, in the clay, in the dirt. That's how we were created. But this goes back to say, this kind of goes on with the Holy Trinity, right?
Yeah.
Where it says Jesus was with him by saying he was with God in the beginning. So Jesus existed even then. He was God. So through him all things were made. That's referring to God and Jesus, in my opinion. I don't know. What do you got to say about those few verses, sir?
Sorry. I was here.
Your mind was in two places at once.
You're in chapter 1:1, right?
Yes, sir. The very beginning of John.
Okay. In this world.
He's reading right now?
Yeah. Give me a play-by-play. No, man, that first part. In the beginning was the Word. It started with the Word.
Yeah.
From God. Of God. Like, what else more do I need? Like,
I don't know. In
it
science,
started.
it's the Big Bang.
Yes, it started with him and will end with him.
Uh-huh.
And has always been him. The same the same I am that started is the same I am that ended in Revelation.
Yep.
I found it. I think I have it highlighted too. If I find the last where he says I am the last time in Revelation.
Could you imagine being those Pharisees when Jesus referred to himself as I am? Them flipping out. That was, in my opinion, the thing that drove them to crucifying him.
That right there was probably like That was the tipping piece. But in my mind, same I am is the same I am that took me out of where I was.
Yeah.
The I am that spoke existence. The I am that pulled you from where you were.
And one thing I want to bring up,
Yeah.
I am is an English translation
Yep.
of God's name. God's name is Yahweh.
Yeah.
So one thing I started doing when I pray is I use his name.
Yeah.
Because he says in the Bible, there is power in my name. So his name is Yahweh. So every time you read like the Lord
Yeah.
or I am, it's referring to Yahweh. Why they took that out of English translations, I don't know, because it used to be there.
Yeah.
Clear up in like the mid to late 1800s, and then they took it out.
Yep.
I don't know why. I don't know if they just don't want people to know his name. That could be a thing of the devil's working in there.
I think it's just easier to read as well.
It can be, but
Like I know in different versions, like NLT, like just yeah. I don't think it was malicious.
I don't know.
It could be. No.
Because I've been told there's some publishing company that's published a version of the Bible that is actually owned by a publishing company that originally published satanic Bibles. So I don't know. All right, go on with what you're saying. The I am deal.
No, that
did you find it?
I said what it.
All right.
No, I couldn't. I don't think it was this Bible. Sorry, I literally have like 6 Bibles, and they're everywhere. They're spread out everywhere. I have one at my parents' house, one at by my bed, one by the couch, one here, one in the other room. I'm a very firm believer on if you have one, you should have a couple.
Yeah, because they're all going to say something a little bit different because it's all different translations.
Yeah, yeah. That's what, like, literally, if you look at the versions on my Bible app, I have like 10, because I like, especially when you're studying the Bible, you should read every bit. Like, read different versions, read different like variations, whether they're serious or funny, like whatever.
Yep, you got to look up
read
different sources.
Yeah, you got to not fact check, but
kind of.
Yeah, like, well, it's just wording check. Like,
I get it.
It could be said different that might click different, and so just try it. But that from what I read from this, that's the main part. I get it. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, was with God. And so it all started with one, and it's all going to end with one.
Yeah.
And so 1 and 3. But yeah.
What else do I have up there?
Yeah, let me
scroll left here.
Oh, gotta get my.
Let's put an 80-inch TV in this room so we don't have to do this.
Listen, don't tempt me.
Okay, so I have on here: is Christianity supposed to be a religion? My opinion is no. This is not supposed to be religion. By the time you're being religious, you are doing sacrifices. You are doing ceremonies. I mean,
sure.
We kind of have a ceremonies here and there.
Yeah.
But it's not supposed to be a religion.
No.
What's it supposed to be, Dalton?
Someone said it once, and I really wish I could remember exactly what he said. But it kind of fell in this order of like, it's Tim Ross quote. Dang it, Tim Ross, you got so much of my life. Like I have absorbed so much of your ministry. But like, when you become a Christian, then the sacrifice starts. The cute things about God and like the cushion of God is for non-believers. The cute things, the lifting, the uplifting. When you become a Christian, it's about death.
Yeah, you got to die for it.
You better die. It's not a you have to. You're going to die. So start dying now. And so for me, I'm just going to skip that first question and go right to that next of like, what is religion? Religion isn't something you do. Religion is a relationship. Christianity isn't nothing but a relationship with God.
Yeah.
A relationship with the Father. The Father. Religion is just a relationship with the Father. In my book. But
see, where I come at it, Christianity to me, I don't call it a religion. It's not supposed to, because Jesus talked against religion.
Yeah.
Multiple times throughout the New Testament, talked against it, talked down on it. And because I think with religion, some of what I picked up
Yeah.
is people start using it for their own gain.
Yeah.
And just get greedy with it and all that. So religion becomes a thing about the people that are, I guess, heading that use it for their own gain and for sometimes malicious
Yep.
aspects. Whereas Christianity is supposed to be a relationship, a friendship.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, Jesus, Jesus is one of the three. He's God and all that. He's my Father. He's also my friend.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, a true friend will be there with you through your ups and downs, through your bad times and good times. So that's where I'm at. It's a friendship. I don't call it a religion. When people ask me, "Are you religious?" It blows their mind because I have a cross. I wear it all the time.
Yeah.
I talk about the Bible. I talk about Jesus, and I'll say, no, I am not religious.
Nope.
I'm not. It's hard to explain.
I'm in a relationship with a dude.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Shamala, or is it Sham? Yeah, I think it's Shamala is how you say it. His Instagrams and TikToks are hilarious. It's all about like out of pocket pastors.
Oh.
But my favorite line is, "I'm in love with a dude, and his name is Yahweh." But for real, I'm not a Christian. I'm not in a religion. I'm in love with a man.
Yeah.
And his name's Jesus. Like,
yes.
It's Jesus, it's God, it's Holy Spirit. Like, that's what it is for me.
Yeah, I'm in a relationship.
I'm in a relationship. We're married, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's the
if
bride
you're
of
another
Christ.
married man, or if you're about to be married, or you're a married woman, or you're about to be a married woman, relationship work. It is not honeysuckles in love. It is grit. It's dirty. It's hot. It sucks.
It's good sometimes.
It's real fun sometimes. But that's Christianity too. That's religion with the Father. That's faith. That's love. It's work. You're going to be put in some positions where you're like, whoa, time out. I don't want to be here. But God's like, no. You're in the right spot at the right time. Now go do what you're called. Yep. You're in the vice. And I am putting a butane torch on you. Get it done.
Yeah.
Like
you said, we are the bride of Christ. The bride of Christ is his church.
Yep.
His people.
Yep.
We're the bride of Christ. We are in a relationship.
Yep. If some of you teenagers would chase God like you chase women or chase boys.
Ooh. Imagine where you'd be.
Oh, he ain't gonna go there. Oh, guess what I did? Imagine your faith. Imagine what you're walking through now. If you chased God vigorously as you do a relationship with other humans.
How much better would your priorities be? How much light could you shine on other people?
Yeah. It's reverse dating, man. I'm going to date the Holy Spirit.
Ooh, that's a hard one, though. There's so much work.
It is.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
Being Christian and in a relationship with Yeshua, and it's hard. You got to work.
Verse again. I got to find my mouse. Where is it at? There it is.
I got three screens
going. I'm sorry. And they're not. I'm not used to the three. Let me find that. Oh, come on.
3 screens, 1 computer. Ooh.
One man. Honestly, I should just get another MacBook here.
Was that children's worship song? 1 + 1 + 1 equals 1.
Go back to my documents. Don't just open up a new file for me.
Which one you going to? The one from this past Wednesday? Or?
Yep.
Okay.
What were we talking? I literally lost track when I started looking at this. That's ADHD for you.
We were talking about the relationship with Christ and
how it's work. Oh yeah. It's hard work, but guess what? He overcome the world.
Yeah.
John 15:19. The world would love you as one of its own if you belong to it. Yeah, the world would love you when you're there.
Yeah.
You're not meant for it. You're not meant to be here. We're in these streets, but we're not of it.
And the world will throw you away.
That was the title of my sermon. I'm in these streets.
Ooh.
Because these kids need to know. I know. I've been in these streets. But, all right. What else we got? Excuse me.
I think that was all for the topics I had. I mean, we got final thoughts. So like any random things. Like I saw a deal on TikTok. It's kind of becoming a controversy right now. where Mr. Beast, I'm sure you saw this. It's all over
seen
social
it.
media. He paid for 1,000 people to get their vision restored.
Whoa.
And people are coming down on this guy hard.
Why?
Because they're saying, "Oh, he's the beast, the mark of the beast, whatever."
Oh my Lord.
He's evil, Even though he
they
did
it to
this
Monster,
good,
too.
he's got it on YouTube. Yada yada yada. Here's my deal. Yes, he has a huge platform, but he's putting money into changing 1,000 people's lives for the good, for the better.
Yep.
Isn't that something that God would want you to do if you had that ability instead of hoarding your own cash?
Yep. If you do a little research on him, he's broke.
Yeah.
He ain't rich. Every cent that comes in, he gets put back in those videos.
Yeah.
He is not rich.
He's bought people cars, bought out entire small stores, helped businesses.
Listen. Hold up. Wait a minute. Where's my Bible? Let me just pull that up real quick. Let me go find Matthew.
It just irritates me, though, that people are trying to make him out to be the devil for this.
He the devil.
And there's one kid I saw, not only did he pay for that surgery to help him change his life, but he's like, "You're graduating soon. Here's $50,000 towards your tuition." He's from a family that can't afford anything. So imagine how much that's changing that kid's life for the better.
Wow.
So all these people are like, "Hey, I see this good happen. This is a great example." And when you get put in those good situations, you're experiencing that. You strive to be that way as well.
Yep. I'm pulling up something that I had on my Facebook profile. If my computer will load. There it is.
We're using a lot of bandwidth right now, I think.
Oh, man, we're probably just... I just saw a meme that's on my Facebook. I'm sorry. I share too many memes. Oh, here we go. All right.
Ooh, steak.
It's in that one. But continue talking about, like, people bugging out about him. Like...
Oh, I saw straight up they were calling him the devil.
Yep.
I mean, his name is Mr. Beast. I don't think that's referring to Revelation, the beast that came out of the ocean. I don't think he's that, or I don't think he even thought of that.
Nope.
When he was young, he's like, I'm Beast. I'm going to get this YouTube thing down. That's how he started, and everything he earned, like you said, goes back into YouTube. Has gone into helping people.
The kid counted from 1 to 1,000,000 or 10,000. Like, come on. You really think this? Come on. Let me find it here.
You got to be close.
It's in 5, I think. 5, right? 7. I'm in 5. 7:3. Matthew 7:3. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own?
Oh.
Shut up, people. Shut your mouth. If you ain't out there paying for other people's visions, paying for their rent, paying for their groceries, paying for a car for them, shut up.
Yeah.
Go back to your measly, I'm just going to be a Christian from 10 o'clock till 11 when service gets out. Shut up. Shut up. I'm tired of that. I'm sorry. That's bull crap. Just shut up.
Oh, yeah. Those are the worst kinds of Christians.
Get behind me. That's what if I was Beast, that's all I'd say. Get behind me.
Yeah.
You get behind me, Satan. You ain't building. You ain't doing that.
I don't know if I've ever heard him talk about religion and all, what his actual views are.
I don't know. I don't believe.
But that's up to the person. That's not.
Yeah.
That doesn't need to be public.
He's PR trained. But,
yeah.
I mean, he has to be. But yeah, if you believe that he is of the devil, get behind me, because you ain't doing that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, real. Keep going.
And the aspect though too, the devil will do good things on that we view as good to, I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, manipulate you. But I don't think that's what happened with Mr. Beast here.
No.
I don't think that was his intentions.
No.
I think he realized, hey, I could help out 1,000 people and change their lives completely. Like one gal, she was on full disability because she couldn't see, couldn't work anymore.
Yep. Guess who gets to go back to work and feed her family again?
Yeah.
Off her own. Eat her own bread again.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, that feels much better than getting a free handout.
Exactly.
Than getting that disability check.
Amen.
Going and working for that, I guarantee there's going to be so much joy and pride.
Amen.
Who knows, maybe some of these people, they see this good, they might all of a sudden just start going to church. Might all of a sudden pick up their Bible, might start talking to other people.
I wonder. They can finally read again.
Yeah. Finally read again. Whoa. I don't know why that didn't hit earlier.
They can read again. You listen to the Bible a lot.
Oh yeah, I listen to it all the time.
But for me, like when I'm listening, like there's sometimes I gotta stop and read.
Yeah, I've done
They couldn't
that.
do that.
Yeah, they couldn't do that. They didn't
couldn't
have that
look,
opportunity.
People. Oh Lord. Oh, I'm in these streets, God. They better try you and not me, because that part of the Bible turned my cheek. I want to throw hands sometimes.
It just makes you wonder what the repercussions are of this, though, the good for these people's lives that's going to happen, how things have changed now. Because he could have made a choice. He had free will. He could have made a choice not to do this.
He could have made another video of selling vehicles. Guess what? Kids are still going to watch it because he's awesome.
Yeah.
Look at what he's doing for the world. Go for real, parents, wake up. Go watch what your kid watched on the iPad.
Yeah.
It is vulgar. Go watch what Mr. Beast does. Never once have I seen a video that's been bad.
Nope.
Never once have I seen a naked girl on his YouTube, on his Instagram. Guess what? He makes things kids love. I can't get my teenagers to shut up about Mr. Beast Burger or Mr. Beast candy bars. Like, if I have to pick up another rapper from Mr. Beast, you owe me money. Because, son, that stuff don't come out of carpet. But, shut up, people.
But we aren't telling you to go spend all your money to help somebody else. You could do the smallest thing and change a life.
Smile at someone instead of...
Like, sure, I'm going to take us a little dark here. There was somebody that committed suicide, New York, on the Manhattan Bridge, that their note said, if one person smiles at me on my walk today, I will not do this. I will not commit suicide. Could you imagine if one person smiled at that guy?
Never know.
He jumped to his death.
Never know.
So something as small as one little smile can save a life.
Yeah. How about instead of just not just commenting bad things on his post, go like it. Go share it. Go subscribe.
Yeah.
Build his following. Let him do it again. Let him do it to 1 million people.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Beast, I'm challenging you now.
Oh,
go do something for 1 million people.
I bet he could. I bet if he actually saw that, heard that, he'd start thinking about it.
Oh, it'd be terrifying what he could do. But that's the thing, man. They're going to tear you down. This world is not for us.
No. That's why we can't live in the world.
I hope I see Mr.
Or
Beast
live for the world. I hope so, too.
I'm going to ask him questions. I'm going to be like, yo, you didn't have to do that, but why? And then I'm going to turn around and go look at God and be like, oh, him? Oh, okay. Sorry. Sidebar. But that's my thoughts, man. That's my final thoughts. What do you feel? What's your final thoughts? What do you got?
I know I had stuff on my phone. That's why I'm supposed to take my notebook with me into work, because I know I'm going to be using my phone as a camera.
Oh, it's okay.
But here's the thing. I forget.
Yeah.
It's like if I don't have it on my calendar or my phone, it does not exist anymore.
If you don't tell Chloe that I have plans, we don't got plans. Because listen, I am the worst at keeping my schedule.
If people ask me, I'm like, oh, go ask Shawnee. I have no idea what I'm doing that weekend.
Yeah. Please go ask my wife. She runs my life.
Yeah.
You know, I honestly, I thought about that the other day. I'm like, if Chloe died, am I gonna be okay? I'll be okay, but man, ain't no one gonna be able to get a hold of me or do something. Someone's gonna book my day, and she literally centers me. Ugh.
I don't know what I would do if Shawnee ever passed away before me.
I'm gonna crawl in that casket. We're going together.
I want to go out notebook style. In each other's arms.
Quit it.
Old people.
Quit it.
On the bed overnight.
Okay, that's pretty cute.
Get mushy here.
That's pretty cute though.
That's the death I want. I want to die with her at the same time.
I want to do it on my own terms though.
What are your own terms?
Like, just give me a Camaro, a sunset, and just whap. See you later. Like, you don't know where I died. Like, that's what I want. And like, just let the world absorb me. Take back my flesh. Because I know where my spirit's going.
Yeah.
I'll give the world back my flesh. Sorry. That's too deep. We'll keep going. But that's what we got for you guys today.
I don't even know. How long are we right now?
We are an hour and 46 minutes in.
Ooh. Just wait till we get guests.
Uh-oh.
Wait till we get guests. They're going to be like 4 or 5 hour video here, or podcast.
Uh-oh.
Video podcast?
Sure.
Videocast?
Something.
Whatever this is.
But that is it. That's us. That's what we love.
And I promise we're going to keep trying to make this better with the camera situation.
We will. We will.
We'll get things figured out.
If this is where we have to go and we just have to record and then add the video to it, we will do that.
I have the abilities.
We do. We do. But that's us. That's it. Let's sign off.
Yeah, we love you guys.
We love you guys. I'm Dalton.
I'm Jake.
This is Talks and Crocs. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Before you click off,
yes.
Make sure to follow our YouTube.
Yes, please.
We're on Spotify.
Instagram.
Yeah,
no, we're not on Instagram yet.
Yeah, I created it.
All right, we're on Instagram.
Yep, I created it. I just haven't posted anything yet.
Spotify, YouTube.
Spotify. We're on TikTok.
Podbean's not the source. That just sends it out, right?
Podbean has their own podcasting deal.
Okay.
It's where you can go look at podcasts on there.
Go
they
to
are our
Podbean.
host as well. So
go to Podbean.
Yeah, go to Podbean. I use it all the time.
Facebook. We'll share it.
And
check us out.
Once again, help my unbelief. If you see this, give us a shout.
Call me.
Shout.
Call us.
Shout.
You email us, I'll send you my phone number immediately. I'm just saying.
Boom.
Because I want to talk. You guys doing it.
Yep. So thanks for listening, guys. We appreciate it. We hope you continue on listening to us in the future.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of hoping this becomes a weekly thing. We'll see where it goes.
I got nothing going on Fridays normally.
Yeah, and I'm off work at 9 o'clock as long as nothing's broke down too bad.
Same.
So, yeah, well, we'll sign off here, and you guys take care, and I pray you're doing well wherever you are, whenever you are.
Same.
And Yahweh watch over those who listen. I pray if
Amen.
They aren't following you yet, that they come to know you.
Yeah.
And I hope that they will start with the Gospels, because that's the easiest way. I wouldn't say start in the Old Testament.
Do not start in Leviticus.
But I pray if you're listening, definitely don't start in Leviticus. I pray if you're listening that you will start, even if you're not a follower yet. Start with Matthew. He's the first one. I love you guys.
We'll see y'all later.
Talk to you later. Bye.